In this video we're just going to be looking for springy, summery kind of images. It's really rather bright. It's very unusual for the UK. And I've been driving around and I've been thinking, well, I'm going to go to a particular place, and then I passed this field here and I thought, all the light is really catching this wheat, or it might be barley, I'm not sure. And I thought, there's something, there's got to be something there. And my vision for it is to shoot something that is very selective focus, very selective focus. So long lens, tripod, find one or two ears of wheat or barley, whatever it is, and obliterate the background. Still in the same place, I've got the tripod higher and I thought, there's more here. Well, of course there's more here. I mean, there's more in pretty much any location. I've done a couple of things here which are interesting in the back of the camera. First up, you can probably see here, turn you around, so I've got the Freewell polarizer and ND hybrid on the front here. Polarization's not terribly important here, but taking 7 stops of light out is, because this is incredibly bright, as you can see. And what I want to do is really slow that shutter down. Now, the reason I want to slow the shutter is because I want to capture a little bit of movement. There's a beautiful breeze coming over this field, and I think that just the way that these ears of corn, wheat, whatever they are, just dancing around is stunningly beautiful. And if I can capture that motion as a freeze frame, if you get what I mean, I think there's a nice little bit of photo artwork there. And just for good measure, I've done a little bit of ICM with it as well. Now, the ICM side of things is a little bit more awkward because we're talking about a single colour here. It's monotone, effectively. It's greeny, yellowy, and everything's really close together, and we're just talking about tones. And we can't move the camera very much, because if we do, we just get blur of green. It just doesn't work. So it's the tiniest movement of the camera, and you can get something a little bit like this. This is such a gentle image. I really like this. If you'd like this hanging on your wall, please do get in touch. It would look great as a canvas. I'm absolutely captivated by these. They're beautiful. They are absolutely beautiful. Once upon a time stood here, I could have been mowed down by a steam train, but it's a wonderful place. This is Honning railway station, or indeed, of course, what's left of it. What we have here now is part of the Weaver's Way, which is a long distance footpath through Norfolk, and it runs right the way through the middle of Honning station. In actual fact, a lot of Weaver's Way is on old railway lines, and indeed there's another long distance walkway or footpath. Seeds, didn't know they were there. There we go, off you go. And the other one's called Marriott's Way, and that is entirely on old railway, because Marriott was the name or surname of a man that was heavily involved in the railway. I can't remember the entire story. I digress. It's a wonderful bit of footpath. I've walked this part a few times before, it's rather nice actually. Some of it kind of ends up where I was a few minutes ago, but of course I've got in the car to get here. I'm waffling. What I've been looking for is plant life that is catching the light, something interesting, and I've already shot it and it's not catching the light so much now. It's still kind of there, but it's, yeah, the sun's moved a bit, and it's down here, this dandelion clock. What's really nice about this one is there's just one seed kind of hanging from a thread on the edge. Again, very selective focus, quite a dark background, and yeah, I hope you like the shot. One of the things you want to try and do when you are shooting something like that is to perhaps give the image a little bit more breathing room around the edges than you might perhaps think. This will give you far more opportunity in post-production to crop in a little bit, or to take out something that you don't want, or to hone that positioning, that composition, because sometimes it's just that little bit more awkward to do it when you're out in the field so much, well, or on the railway line. It's one of those kind of hedge your bets type of things. Yeah, you only need a little bit on either side all the way around and it will make quite a difference. Now, I know that the shot that you're about to see is one that I will probably never really look at again. It doesn't stop it being a nice little shot, and yeah, I was attracted to it, but it's just one of those, I don't know, for me it's a kind of throwaway shot. I don't want to take anything away from it because it's rather nice, but I'm not sure what it's saying. It's just an exercise, I think, from my point of view. I might be entirely wrong. It might be far better than I anticipate, and people often say that things are a lot better than I suggest they are, but I don't know. Something somebody once said to me, it was a fellow in a band. We used to follow a band around, and I said to him one night when there was a particularly poor reception, not because there was anything wrong with the band, it's just that it was the pub was quite empty and, I don't know, not really lively. Anyway, but I said to him, doesn't this kind of really demoralise you? And he turned around and said, no. He said, it's absolutely fine. We just treat it as a as a paid rehearsal. And it's a really interesting way of looking at it, because that's kind of what I'm looking at here. It's a shot that is a paid rehearsal. Not that any of you are going to give me money for it, but if you're watching this, I'll get a couple of pennies off of YouTube. So I give you the aptly named paid rehearsal. If you're enjoying the video, please do give it a like. There's a button just below it for exactly that purpose. You wouldn't believe it, would you? Perhaps subscribe if you haven't already, and maybe, just maybe, if you're really enjoying it, you could buy me a coffee. There's a link below, or you could join the channel, or just send me a super thanks. But none of these things are vital. A thumbs up would be great though. I've had a nice walk. I've made my way down to Canal. Doesn't look like a canal, does it? It's a disused canal. Wow. It's the only canal in Norfolk, and parts of it have been re-watered and are navigable, so to speak, but only between two locks. This is part of the lower reaches of it. Was it upper? Yeah, lower reaches. So we're not that far from where it joins the river. I've waited here for a while because when I got here the sun was further over and it was really bright on the water, creating way too many highlights and a bit awkward. So I've waited around for a bit for the sun to just disappear a little bit behind these trees here now, and we're still getting some lovely light on the water down here. And I don't know whether it's going to work or not. It's one of those shots that I'm trepidatious of, should we say. Might work, might not, and you know, I will put it up, and you can tell me what you think of it. If you're ever wondering how I find some of these images, then check out these videos here and wait around for another couple of shots.